Previously on Trails Through Daybreak 2, Van filled in for an actor in a crossover film, due to it taking place at the same time as his Messeldam investigation. After unlocking additional Marchen Garten functions, I completed all the hacking trials at the cost of my sanity. Afterwards, the party took on the 4SPG, where the client was none other than the daughter of Enrique, the previous boss of Almata.
Damn brat! Giving us the runaround!
You'd best hand over that briefcase if you want to get out of here in one piece.
Oh yeah? Sounds a little overkill to me. How's it hanging, fellas? Pretty ballsy raising a ruckus like this in broad daylight.
Clearly, you're no upstanding citizens if you're pointing a blade at a child. So, what's it gonna be? Wanna try your luck with the cops? Or us?
Shit, it's that Spriggan from the capital.
And he's got his lackeys with him.
Oh?
You know about us? Word of our 4SPGs must have clued you in. Evidently, we can't be too careful.
And let's get one thing straight here. I am not his lackey. I'm barely even an employee.
Liking makes a difference. Anyone who gets in our way is gonna end up 6 sarge under.
Their weapons. These punks might be on the same level as Jaegers. No need to hold back. Let's beat them down quick.
Roger that.
I'll take you on. Beginning combat test.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
Here goes.
Okay, coin bullets. I can't
Use a shard boost to
hit
get
two
the
of you.
upper hand.
Think fast! Take this! Your turn, Judith!
You'll never get me. There's nothing I can't swipe. Grimcat coming your way.
You're dead!
You'll be sorry.
Okay.
Activating skill. Let's get this show on the road. I hope you're ready. Now for the climax. Grim Knight, whoa! Boost gauge limit broken.
Forgive me,
Our chance!
developer.
Lapless code. Activate! I'm going!
Activating skill.
Unleashing full strength! Lance mode! Activate!
That was a pretty lucky turn bonus, huh?
Digama Driver!
Boost gauge limit exceeded.
Forgive me, chief developer.
Chief developer, so they're of Zecht Arms.
They weren't all that tough, but their firearms sure packed a punch.
That they did. If my suspicions are correct, those weapons might be...
You alright, kid?
Yeah, not a scratch on me. I'd have been a goner if it weren't for you three. Thank you so much for saving... Whoops!
Is that Genesis?
There they go. All over the street, too.
Slow your roll a sec, alright? It's not like we're gonna run off on...
Van? Wait, that's...
Luca, was it? You said you're looking for your old man?
That's right. It's been about 3 months since he went missing. It wasn't all that unusual at first. He'd always hop from job to job doing whatever work he could get. But eventually, I knew I had to track him down. Even Mom could tell something was up. Dad left this briefcase in his room, and I figured it might point me in the right direction. But Then,
Those shifty-looking men appeared, and they've been tailing you ever since.
Back streets or not, they wouldn't have cornered you like that unless the situation called for it. Don't you have any idea what this is about?
Not that I can say for sure.
That's so. Sounds to me like his pops got tangled up with the wrong side of the law.
I've been meaning to ask. You guys are professional problem solvers, right? Maybe you can help me find my dad? Or, better yet, we could all go look for him together.
Luca.
Except, I don't have much Mira on me. Aw, now what do I do?
Financial troubles aside, those thugs might try and come after you again. I'd feel a lot better if he had an adult with him, but... What's your call, Van?
There's definitely more going on here than meets the eye. But I'm sorry, Luca. I can't take your case.
Is it because I don't have the money? Or because I'm still a kid?
Nah, that's not the issue. The fact is, your dad's been MIA for 3 months. This is exactly the kind of thing the guild and police are equipped to handle. Better to go to your local authorities before resorting to some spriggan from out of town.
I get what you mean. It's just...
That's an odd reaction.
Chin up. Who knows? We might stumble into some info on your dad out there. In which case, we'll get in touch. How's that sound?
I'm a little disappointed, but... I understand. Let me know if you hear anything. Anything at all.
It's a promise. But in return, you have to promise us not to run into any more danger alone. Deal?
Deal! You guys stay safe, too.
The innkeeper will watch over him for the time being, so we can rest easy. Yeah, not much room for an armed assault with all the foot traffic this place gets. So, do you think Luca's dad was caught up in something shady? Without a doubt. These streets won't turn squeaky clean overnight just because the Mafia was wiped out. Messeldam's always been on the rough side, but that recent shift is making more waves and ripples. Luca getting jumped might be just another aftershock of Almata's big fall. I had a hunch this would lead back to them. It's bound to whenever the underworld comes up. The biggest tip-off was that photo. It was of the first Genesis, the one Anya's has. Couple that with Luca's pops having criminal ties in the city Almata called home, and all points to one thing. You think his father was part of their ranks, but aren't all of their members in custody? Almata was a huge syndicate. It's not impossible that a few stragglers slipped through the cracks. Not to mention, this city was their base of operations for a long while. So they'd have plenty of spots to lie low, so this just gets better and better. It bears investigating. We might learn something about the legacy in the process. But what should we tell Luca? He seemed to be unaware of what his father was involved in. Then again, he may have had an inkling, judging by his reaction earlier. Yeah, no matter how well his pops kept things on the slide, Luca still hesitated when the police and bracers came up. I'm not so sure he has the stomach to unmask the whole ugly truth. Not enough for us to take on his request at any rate. That's just the Spriggan way, I guess. So what's our next move? Well, we can't afford to drag our feet with those goons closing in. No way around it. One of us is gonna need to flex our connections. What are you looking at me for? Hold on, you don't mean... The very first Grimcat in the famed chansonnier of the bygone days. Even as a retiree, she seems like a powerful ally to have in our corner. I'll admit, Grammy does stay on top of what goes on behind closed doors. She's practically got a sixth sense for when something fishy is brewing, no matter how big or small. To this day, she'll go sticking her nose into other people's business whenever the mood strikes her. Wait, I think I'm starting to get it now. Yep, chances are her sudden interest in your latest gig isn't just service level. It's at least worth asking her about. So you're not giving me much of a choice, are you? Grinds my gears to lean on her, but it's probably our best bet right now. I knew you'd come around. Shall we head to the shooting location then? Though now that I think of it, didn't they say they were going to move somewhere else? Yup, assuming things are on the schedule, they should be pretty close by. Let's go take a look around. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but let me know if you learn anything new about my dad. He had to have disappeared for a reason. We need to find him one way or another. About that boy you guys protected. It sounds like he's going through a lot right now, huh? Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him myself. Get in touch if you find anything out, okay?
Oh, it's Nina and the rest of the crew.
Guess this is where they're filming next.
Grammy should be here too. Let's go take a peek.
Choosing to proceed will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all remaining daytime quests and side content will disappear.
What? Their boat's already at the harbor?
That document was forged, Ron. You have to hurry. As for me, I'll try to find out where they're headed.
Don't, Michelle! You've already risked enough!
Heard everyone go. What's happening?
Michelle! Are you there? Michelle!
And cut!
Amazing, Nina! I can't believe you landed that in just one take.
Consider me blown away. You were perfect from the second we started rolling.
Well, I couldn't have done it without everyone's input. Oh, Mr. Gotti, what did you think?
I can't speak for Lom, but that was everything I envisioned and more! Eureka! I've just come up with a follow-up scene so marvelous, so spectacular, it'll knock your socks off!
Director, please.
More additional photography? Cut us some slack, sir.
Oh, Judith. And you brought Van and Katra.
Hiya, Nina.
Sounds like things are coming along.
I wanted to thank you all again for helping out with today's shoot. Because of you, my first role opposite Judith is on the road to success.
Glad to hear it. But you should give yourself most of the credit.
Agreed. I'm starting to see why everyone was so charmed by your character in Wolves Requiem.
That's very kind of you to say. This is my first time doing a crossover, though, so I'm still a little unsure of myself.
It'll be a challenge, but I've got high hopes for you. Let's see how far we can take this thing.
Right. We'll give them a performance to remember.
Hey, Nina! There's something I wanted to run by you.
Yes, sir. I'll be right there.
Duty calls. We'll catch up later, okay?
Of course. See you on the set.
Man, that girl's got it made. Already a star, but with potential to spare.
It hurts to admit, but you're right. Just when I think I've seen it all, she throws me for another loop. I need to start upping my game before she upstages me.
Ha! Now that's what I like to hear. Seems sharing the spotlight with Nina was just the kick in the pants you needed. Stick to that attitude and you'll get through my special boot camp just fine.
Grammy! Can you quit it with the super stealth already? And besides, with how packed the production schedule is, you'll be way too busy to train me. Right?
Don't hold back on my account. Chances like these don't grow on trees, after all.
All right, I'll do it, okay? Just stop giving me that look.
I think I understand why Judith is so daunted by her.
You can really tell who wears the pants in the family.
You two are those temps they brought in for the shoot earlier, aren't you? What business does a Spriggan have with me? Something tells me you're not looking for acting tips.
Locked already, huh? I reckon it wasn't Judith who filled you in.
You'd be right. I've been wise to the scuttlebutt on you for some time. Now, why don't you share what's on your mind?
I see, something sketchy's afoot, that's for certain. I've heard talk about this legacy of Almata's, but I can't say the same about them having stragglers. In either case, you seem to be left guessing. That's what we're hoping to get your take on. The way you're talking, it sounds like you've already done some poking around for a first one. You'd have to be real thick to turn the other way, assuming it actually exists. Almata's legacy has been the subject of much speculation throughout the underground grapevine. It's something of an urban legend at this point, especially now that most of the Mafia is kaput. Rumor says it's a massive pile of Mira, or some other grand treasure that was left behind. For a time, everybody and their mother was trying to find the thing. Though nowadays, it feels like only the occasional gangster or Jaeger is still worked up over it. But haven't the police made a thorough inquiry into Almata at this point? Just how likely is it that something was overlooked? Good question. Word is that they seized everything from shell company holdings to assets squirreled away in foreign countries. Any rational person would tell you there's no way anything of value would be glossed over. And yet, some folks have enough grounds to believe the search is worth keeping up. Some folks meaning... All things considered, there's only one real answer. Zecht Arms. It's gotta be that new weapons manufacturer, Zecht Arms. As I suspected, something about them moving into that building didn't sit right with me. They must have bought the place in hopes that a certain something of Almata's remained. Yeah, remember all that heat those goons that jumped Luco were packing? Those were Zecht Arms models, the kind you can't get on the market. Common sense says they've got a horse in this race. Now you mention it, I've been noticing a lot of guys in black suits around town. It's a reasonable assumption. Regardless of their methods, it's clear Zecht Arms is hunting for something. That fits nicely with everything else we know. Looks like the pieces are lining up for you. I wager one of them will provide a lead on tracking that boy's father down too. Lucas Pops knows something about a legacy. Zecht Arms wouldn't openly throw that much manpower at him if they weren't sure of that. Then perhaps this calls for a little digging on that front, Zecht Arms started up just 6 years ago, as I recall. They're headquartered in one of the free cities, but their actual operations and what have you are shrouded in mystery. On the surface, they design and manufacture weapons while marketing themselves as a private military company. But beneath the veneer is a whole bevy of nasty business, from testing illegal armaments and inciting conflict in war zones. The thing is, nobody has enough evidence to punish them for it, not within the confines of the law anyway. Where are you getting at, Grammy? Well now, look at the time. I really should be taking my leave. And Judith, if I said it once, I said it a million times. As the successor to the Grimcat name, it's on you to decide what to make of it. That includes what you end up doing with this. The floor plans. But whatever you do, don't go making a damn fool of yourself, got it? She's one hell of a grandma. Talk about having an ace up your sleeve. And it's exactly the one we needed. Now we can give Zecht Arms the property inspection they never asked for. Two SP because I guessed right. The same day, 8:38 p.m. The kid went home then. Yeah, while it was still light out. He wanted to hang around until he heard back from you, but I figured he was better off steering clear. You made the right call. When do you want to leave, Van? The two of us are ready when you are. No rush though, we're still ahead of schedule. Now hold on, you're not planning to go out at this hour, are you? It's chilly this time of year, and the area hasn't been too safe these days. Don't worry about us, it's just a little errand, we won't be long. You sure? Well, if you insist. It's probably best to push this plan back as late as we can. Let's kill some time in town before heading over to you-know-where. Good thinking, we need to finesse this thing so hard that it leaves Granny speechless. Whatever you say, Judith. Anyway, this is our chance to make sure our equipment is in order. Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Marchen Garten, so check it out when you get a chance, okay? Second floor. Obviously, I'm a fan of my dad's cooking, and the food they make here in Messeldam is great too. But lately, I've been getting into Eastern cuisine. They don't have any authentic places in this area, though. I'd really like to eat at one if I ever get a chance to travel to the capital. Woof, reeling in the fish we wanted was a lot harder than we thought it'd be, huh? Maybe, but it was worth it to get this cool photo. Let's hurry and post it onto our account already. On it, I was thinking we could write down the things we went through before making the big catch, like a diary. For example, we can mention how we got to meet Nina Fenley and her castmates of the movie they were shooting nearby. Good idea. Make sure to include the part when you got so caught up in watching the film you almost fell into the freezing water. Hey, what is this? Shen's Wall of Shame? Nina's way cuter in person than she is on screen. And her acting is so powerful too. It almost will hit me straight into the ocean. Shen can be such a dit. I mean, talk about not being the sharpest hook in the tackle box, right? If our posts are supposed to be diary style, then her flubs and goof-ups have a right to be there. Burpick, eh? Why don't I ever drink anywhere else? I didn't say a damn word. Well, I do go to that club in the back streets from time to time, but I never have enough Mura, and the atmosphere doesn't suit me. That's why I always end up here when the dust settles, hick. There was a time when the Mafia ran Messeldam's streets, but even before it, then it was infested with small-time crooks in near every corner. The fabric of the city is always shifting in one way or another, but my duty of preserving this inn is the same as ever. Not fearing change is a household rule of ours, so we're going to stand firm and keep doing what we do best.
Indeed.
As you can see, my daughter can hold her own. Not many guests can get her to back down. What's more, she's a bundle of curiosity with a bright future ahead of her. I can rest easy knowing she'll be able to carry on the family business after I kick the bucket. Oh, it's gonna be tricky. I have to beat it 4 to 3 times if I want to get all those clear bonuses. Oh wow, that's quite a lot of branching paths.
Up and at 'em, boys and girls. Let's go.
Here goes.
It's a Guardian. We can defeat it.
Use a sharp boost to get the upper hand. Certain arts will work better.
Pressure him and move in.
Time for a new look.
Get going, Dan! Full boost! Don't hold back, Dan!
Howling Roar.
We should go on the attack.
Rapid Onslaught. Regal Beatdown.
Taste it!
You're screwed now!
Boost
We'll
speed
win.
limiter removed!
Use this to increase my speed a bit first.
Too slow. Yeah. Lohengrin. Judith. I prowl in the night. There's nothing I can't. Catcher, your turn.
Lapis code. Activate!
Now or never.
Okay.
We should go on the attack.
Twilight Kiss.
Judith, I'm coming right up!
You're not getting away.
Oh, a Bewitched one! Oh, hell yeah! Oh, Bewitched didn't last long enough.
Our chance!
Man. I have a 0 turn cast, so I should actually take advantage of that, huh? Chrono Drive. We need more quickness.
We should go on the attack.
I'll cover you!
We'll take that!
Oh man, they just kind of kicked my ass there.
Dan.
Pressure him and move in.
Make it count!
Just gonna go. Maybe I should just go triple rapid onslaught so I can have 200 for when I can revert and retransform. Mute!
Dispatching shield.
I'll remember this.
Man, he is getting all kinds of ailments. Fuck, man.
Pressure him and move in.
Make it count!
Huh?
We should go on the attack.
No, I won't cast fast enough.
Make it count!
I was gonna try to bewitch him again. That'd be so funny if it worked.
Some art should really hurt.
You're not getting away. I'll aid you.
Didn't work, damn it.
It's go time.
One shield coming right up.
Let's get this show on the road. I hope you're ready. Now for the climax. Grim Knight Wall.
This page enhanced.
Not bad.
Our chance!
Oh, my casting is too slow still. Man. Even though I boosted my speed quite a bit too. Fuck, really?
We should go on the attack.
Oh, I just use optical cannon, damn it. Just gonna have to use my crafts to my advantage.
Pressure him and move in.
Yeah.
We should go on the attack. Activate your turn.
Optical cannon!
Missed!
Take him out.
You got this! It's go time!
You can do this.
Time for a new look!
Get going, Dan! Full boost! Don't hold back, Dan!
Okay.
Take him out.
Impede hate up. And then go for maintenance. Onslaught twice.
You can do this.
I'll let you,
A spell.
Keep an eye on the enemy!
The enemy has moved quite a distance away, huh?
Something's trying to attack.
Sword or tuss.
Engaging skill. Now. Steal yourself. Thanks.
Yeah! Help the Grendel reclaim his CP. Resisted? Good. That was close. If he didn't resist, I'd be fucked.
full boost. Hit them where it hurts. Some art should really hurt.
We should go on the attack.
Okay, keep trying to bewitch them.
Make it count!
You have no AT bonuses to steal, man. Huh.
Really hurt.
We should go on the attack.
Make it count!
Shield coming right up.
Too slow.
That's far enough!
Don't suppose I can slip in a chrono drive? No, I can't.
Pressure him and move in.
Lapis code. Activate!
I've got you covered.
Okay, hatred.
Keep your guard up.
You can do this.
I could try breaking S-Craft, but I don't think it'd be worth the risk. Fuck it.
Take him out.
Take this!
No escape!
Yes!
Now or never. Ready to roll.
Make it count!
Okay, let's EX chain like this, or... Valiant Larceny.
Some art should really hurt.
Valiant Larceny. Come on. Time for a beatdown.
Roger! Logging on.
You're toast.
One down.
We'll win.
Yeah, we'll win.
Make it count!
Okay, Kaleido Fencer. I'm gonna be a little risky here.
Here I go. You're finished.
Dispatching shield.
Our chance!
Yeah, time to really go on the offensive here.
We should go on the attack.
Some arts work better.
Can I cast fast enough yet? I can! Haha. You are screwed now. I'm gonna just use a fire spell for once. Yeah.
Arts work better. Initiating drive.
Okay, then...
Keep your guard up.
Take him out. You can do this.
I'm gonna take a risk, since the boss is pretty close to dead.
Keep your guard up.
Take him out.
No escape! Here goes! Take this! Got you! You're screwed now!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Yeah!
Passer, your turn.
They're stunned!
Now or never.
Alright, you're stunned.
One steel coming right up!
Your move.
Right! Logging on.
You're toast.
That worked out despite not being able to use arts very easily in this fight.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
What'd you expect? I'll get stronger.
I think I've grown a little.
Yeah. Give me those levels. Okay, but I have to clear it 2 more times.
Looks good to me.
Okay, 50 Marduk points for because of the first time reward and 5 SP. Nice, nice. Yep, just gotta do that 2 more times at the very least, and with different people as my lead character. Excuse me. You didn't happen to run into an actor in just now, did you? An actor? Is she talking about Judith? I swear I saw him sneaking in just a minute ago. Oh, aren't you? Oh, crap. You know, now that you mention it, I think they were doing some filming over by the harbor during the day. Maybe it's worth checking over there. Honestly, I'd be pretty surprised if some big-name movie star was holed up in an inn like this. Yeah, I guess you're right, and it is dark out here, so maybe I mistook him for someone else. Sorry for the bar. Whew, sounds like I wasn't her target. I wonder who she was talking about then. Maybe it really was just a case of mistaken identity. Who knows? There is at least one person that comes to mind, though. Oh, sir, can I borrow you for a second? Something wrong? Well, kind of. You see, we had a young man come by to check into one of our rooms a little while ago. Dad was busy at the time, so I decided to take care of it for him. The man had this stylish brown hair, and when his sunglasses dipped down a bit, I could see he had these really gorgeous green eyes. Brown hair and green eyes, there's no way it's not him. So what about the guy? He asked for a corner room, one next to a room that was already occupied. He even specified that he would prefer that the neighboring room be one without any woman present. So I ended up putting him in the room right next to yours. Those are some pretty specific requests. Yeah, it seemed like he was trying to avoid being seen by anyone. It struck me as a little suspicious. I thought about asking him what was going on, but I wasn't sure if I should or not. Now, if you thought it was suspicious, there's no need to involve yourself further. Was he alone? Yes, he's been shut up in his room ever since he arrived. Got it. I think I'll be a good neighbor and check in on him then. Some of what you said has me a little concerned. This is his room, right? Hello, anybody there? I'm the guy staying in the room next door. You got a sec to talk? You said you're from next door. What can I do for you? The young lady that checked you in told us a little bit about you. Said it seemed like you had something bothering you. She was pretty concerned. Now, I don't mean to meddle, but... I see, I can understand why my behavior would come across as odd. But I'm sorry, I really prefer not to bother you with the issue. Well, if you can't talk to a stranger, how about a coworker? Judith! It sounds like whatever's going on is part of why you were late to filming. Wait, that was the guy who was supposed to be part of the action scene, huh? I see, now I understand why you're here. Let me introduce myself then. My name's Ethan Smith. I'm an actor and I came to Messeldam for filming. However, as you already know, I happened to miss today's shoot. By the way, Judith mentioned that you took my place during the filming. Well, you know how director Goody is. When he makes a request, there's no getting out of it. And I wasn't so much taking your place as I was just filling in for a bit. Definitely not planning a career change anytime soon, that's for sure. So I seen you up close. I think it's fair to say your face is far more suited to the big screen than mine is. Actually, now that I think about it, I read about you in a magazine article recently. You're one of the hottest upcoming stars of 1209. Maybe not too upcoming given today. Well, I don't think you disrupted the schedule as much as you think you did, Mr. Goey said they'd only need to do a few partial retakes. You think so? Huh, by the way, how exactly do you know if we know each other? I guess the best way to put it is that I was one of Mr. Arkwright's former clients. And I'm one of his assistants. Putting that aside, though, why don't you tell us the reason you didn't show up today? I heard it was because you weren't feeling well, but wasn't true, was it? Well, you see, it's just... Listen, I get that sometimes there are good reasons for skipping work. But I'm gonna be real disappointed if you keep trying to hide the truth from us, especially with you acting all fidgety like that. After all said and done, we're colleagues. If you can't trust me, then what does that say about our working relationship? Alright, I get it. It's just... By the way, here's my card. We do lots of behind-the-scenes work if you catch my drift. Arkwright Solutions. I didn't know people like you really existed. I think I understand how you met them now. I mean, that's the short of it, but yeah. If you can't go to the police or the guild, we're the guys you call. And if that's how you describe your particular problem, we might just be able to help you. For a price, of course. I guess the rumors have already spread about my absence. It's only a matter of time. Alright, I'd like you to help me drive off a stalker. Wait, that girl's a stalker? A stalker? Hey, keep your voice down. She used to be just another fan. But around the time I started getting popular, she began showering me with letters and gifts. Not only was she sending them to my agency, but she somehow managed to get them sent to my personal address too. Then I started feeling like I was being watched everywhere I went. Sounds like we're already outside the realm of a little celebrity crush then. Me being late today was because I was having trouble giving her the slip. I'm positive she's followed me to Messeldam. You know, I've heard a little about the mental state of stalkers before. We dealt with them in previous quests, haven't we? When facing rejection from the objects of their affections, not only will most people turn inward, they'll assume they did something wrong. But with stalkers, it's the opposite. They'll get angry at the other person for not reacting the way they wanted them to. It's sexual narcissism. She's already that far gone. Maybe it would be better to get the police or guild involved, after all. Well, I considered it, but it's not like she's tried to kill me or anything. And I don't want this to go public either. It could end up driving my fans away. But I can't afford to keep holding up production because of this. I just need a way to sort this out amicably. I think this stalker of yours might benefit from a consequence or two personally, but that's what you want. Anyway, are you going to take his case, Van? Except... chaos, huh? Alright, we'll do it. So any idea what this stalker looks like? No, I'm not really sure. I've never actually seen her up close before. All I know is that she's a woman. I assume that's because she's trying to be stealthy, but although Ethan himself hasn't seen her, it's entirely possible someone else has. Like someone on the film crew, for instance. Should we start with them? Good idea. Let's go see what they have to say. I think the crew's doing some teardown work by the movie theater right now. Oh, by the way, has your manager tried doing anything about this? She's actually outside the inn right now, trying to keep an eye out. Not that she knows what the stalker looks like either, though. Oh, and I did have one other request for you. I'd like to keep this private. Don't worry about that. It's not exactly her first trip around the block. That's good to hear. Anyway, I'm sorry for all the trouble, but I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Let's get this party started!
Suspicious-looking woman. Filming in the winter chill is rough, but it makes for a gorgeous backdrop. That's one of the pros of filming on location. Each place in every season brings new sights to see. Good job on this afternoon's shoot, by the way. You really did us a favor, filling in for Ethan. We wouldn't be able to stay on schedule otherwise.
Let me ask you something.
A suspicious-looking woman, huh? Don't think I've seen anyone like that around, have you? Nope, I was too focused on packing up. Guess I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings either. Maybe she didn't come this way. Or maybe my assumption was off. Sorry we couldn't be more help. Have you tried asking inside the movie theater? Couldn't hurt to try. Good point. I guess it's worth a shot. Thanks for your help. I watched each movie that was up for an award at last year's Far Festival, and there wasn't a bad one in the bunch. As a matter of fact, I marathon all of the festival nominees and winners every year. Assuming nothing goes wrong, both Farbad and Messeldam will be holding a film festival this time around. Fitting in 2 entire catalogs will be difficult, but I'm going to have a lot of fun trying.
Let me ask you something.
A suspicious-looking woman. No, I don't believe I've seen anyone like that. Several women have come up to the ticket counter, but they all seem rather normal to me. And no one's been asking around about someone in the lobby or anything. I don't believe so. They would have stood out to me otherwise. Alright then, thank you. Then I guess she didn't come into the theater either. Looks like we still don't have any leads. I have Theo and Zero's running in reconnaissance mode, but they also haven't picked up any clues. Hello, what's up, Ethan? I've got good news. My manager said she managed to get a picture of the stalker. I'll have her bring it over to you right now. I hope it helps. Sounds like just the lead we've been looking for. Sometime later. Hello, you're the Spriggan, right? Ethan told me all about you. I'm his manager. I really can't thank you enough for your help. Well, we've got nothing to show for it yet, so you might want to save your thanks for later. Ethan said you have a picture of the stalker. Will you mind sharing it with us? Guess I was just barely able to get a shot of her. Take a look. What? It's not the blue-haired one. Oh, she seems really normal, maybe even a little uptight. Isn't that the lady who usually goes on vacation all the time? Or was it someone else? Doesn't really strike me as a stalker type. I didn't think so either, but appearances can always be misleading. There's no doubt that she's the one that's been following Ethan around. Now I'll be heading back to the inn to check on him. Please keep us informed of anything else you find. And who was that blue-haired lady? Of course, we always see a job for the end. Could there be multiple stalkers? She seems to take her job pretty seriously. I'm sure this situation must be awfully stressful, though. Anyway, it looks like this picture was taken outdoors. Let's check around outside the theater. Whew, all done with my deliveries for the day. I think I'll take a bit of a briefer before heading back. Man, though, I can't get over the way delinquent me used to think this job was cushy. But you know, feeling the sweat drip off your brow after a hard shift at work ain't so bad.
Got a question for you.
Have you seen this woman by any chance? Oh, you know, actually, I think I saw someone like her on my delivery route earlier. We crossed paths on the stairs going down this park nearby. The park, is it? Let's go take a look. I'm not totally sure it was her, though. It was pretty dark, so I had trouble making out what she looked like. No worries, you've been a big help, thank you. Sure, hope you find her. Taking a walk at this time of day is a daily routine of mine. This park is part of my usual route. Still, Messeldam can be dangerous at night. Any ladies going about on their own should be especially careful.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, that lady, yeah, I've seen her. She was hard to miss by the way she kept turning around and looking all over the place. It was like she was lost or something. Do you have any idea which way she went? Just down those stairs over there. Was she headed for the back streets? Not really the safest place for a woman to be by herself. She wasn't alone, actually. There was another lady with her. Strictly speaking, it looked to me like the second lady was tailing the first one. She headed down the stairs too. I guess Ethan's manager finally caught up with her. Thanks for the info. Let's hurry before she gets away. What is this, Zeros? Vital signs detected. Vital signs? You mean they're hiding in the box? Hey, this is the woman in the picture. Why is she knocked out? Was she just a decoy all along? Wait a minute, what gives? If she's the one we're after, then... Looks like somebody got the drop on her. Are you alright? Yes, I think I'm starting to feel a bit more clear-headed. Sorry to do this while you're still recovering, but we're gonna need to ask you a few questions. You're Ethan's real manager, right? Oh, that manager we saw was a fake? That's correct. I have my business cards if you need No, that's alright. This picture you showed us is proof enough. I see now. The stalker secretly took the picture of Ethan's manager on the right. Which means the girl we met in the theater lobby was the real stalker. She originally approached me by saying she wanted to talk about Ethan. I tried to shake her off by whining for the back streets, so we got into a fight and... Bad news, I can't get in touch with Ethan. We need to head back to the inn. I'm coming too. Also, it's been bugging me, but what exactly are you doing here, Judith? There's no time for that right now. We'll explain later. The group rushed back to Ethan's room, only to find it completely empty. However, someone at the inn informed them that he had left with a well-dressed woman. Ethan. I know stalkers aren't exactly rare in our line of work, but I never expected her to go this far. We better hurry up and find them. There's no telling what she'll do next. Yeah, if we just had some kind of lead on which direction they went. Hey, what's with that stain on your foot? Oh, that she stomped on my foot when we were fighting earlier. On your foot. Wait, that's it. We just need to read the pattern left from the sole of her shoe. Good idea. Then we can use a short search to track her. You can do that? Footprints are very specific. They reveal a lot about a person's style, their gender, even the way they walk. Let's have Theo take a sample of that print. Sorry, it'll only take a second. Oh, sure, of course. Analysis complete. Adding visual representation to shard search imaging. That should do it. We should be able to see where her footprints lead now. Then all that's left is to follow her tracks. Leave the rest to us. We can't risk taking you into... No, I want to go too. My agency's problems are my responsibility. Well, you've got guts, that's for sure. Alright, let's go. Okay. Footprints, right. You just need to follow them.
Something's there. Better do a shard search.
Oh yeah, I missed this one. Haha. What? Oh shoot, I see them. But wait, before I go...
reason to go that
No,
way.
I saw something I missed. I saw one of those short tokens. A knife! Stay back! Ethan! Looks like you all figured things out pretty quickly. Don't try to interfere. Ethan and I have something very important to discuss. Please help me! Look, just calm down. We can talk about this. This is exactly why I didn't want anyone else to get involved. Look what you've done, Ethan. All I wanted was to talk things out, just the two of us. With a knife, there's nothing to talk about. You claim to be a fan, but then you go and do something like this. You're crazy. Ethan, wait, don't antagonize her. Look, just back away from him and we won't have to get the police involved. Our client doesn't want that anyway. Surely you're not willing to throw your life away for one man, are you? What do you know? I believed in him. But then he just threw me away, like garbage. At least if we both die here, we'll be together for eternity, right, Ethan? Eek! Threw you away? Wait a minute, wasn't she just a fan? Or she's your ex? That's... Don't listen to her, she's completely flipped her lid. Just hurry up and get me out of here. Actually, I think we should hear what else she has to say. You may have made the request, but I'm the one who gets to decide how it's carried out. I was a fan, at the start anyway. But he seemed to shine so bright, I ended up falling for him, and I wanted more. So I sent my contact info in one of my fan letters. I even tried to get his attention at one of the events he was at. He finally started to recognize me. We even had dinner together one time. Stop, please, stop talking. Ethan told me he loved me. He told me I was important to him. To hear him say those words, it made me feel so warm inside. This quest is getting crazy. Eventually, he didn't want to see me anymore. He wouldn't even answer my calls. That's not what happened. None of that ever happened. I don't even remember your name. Aw, shit. I didn't mean that. Uh-oh. So what did you mean, Ethan? That you took advantage of a fan? This is a lot different from what you told us at the start. And so if I did. I'm a young single guy. Why shouldn't I be allowed to have some fun once in a while? Ever since I got popular, I've been so busy all the time. I just wanted someone to take my mind off work for a while. And you gotta play romance with a celebrity. Don't act like you didn't get anything out of all this. Why are we being betrayed by our clients so often? I can't believe you. And you're ready to commit murder over this dumpster fire? That's ridiculous. You don't need to keep letting this guy hurt you any more than he already has. So please, just put the knife down. I can't, don't you see? I've done so much for him. There's no going back now. Stop, don't come any closer. So what's the chaos race? How do we deal with this? Let fate decide. Catch her off guard. Suggest she leak her story. Yeah, I need chaos points. Sorry, Ethan. Hell, it's not like any of this is my problem. Let's just leave it up to fate. Actually, now that I think about it... what are you doing? Stay back. What happened to leaving up to fate, but he wouldn't... even his chaos choices not feel like true chaos. You're stalling because you're still trying to decide what to do, right? How about this? Let's leave it up to a coin toss. What? Are you serious? Just a little wager to see who's got better luck, that's all. If it's heads, you two start dating for real and announce it publicly. Tails, you cut all ties and you never come near Ethan again. Wow. What the heck kind of coin toss is that? That sounds really messed up. What do you say? Want to try your luck? That's ridiculous. Surely you can suggest something better than that. So that's what he meant by fate. I probably was just going to let her stab him or something. What? Think about it. You've got a 50-50 chance to be done with her forever. Pretty good odds, right? And either way, no one ends up getting stabbed. I see. When you put it that way, yeah, I guess it's not a bad idea. Even if it comes up heads, I can probably still talk my way out of it. If there's even the slightest chance we could be together, he's not worth it. Okay, accept. That solves it then. He's gonna just use a rigged coin. What's wrong? You sure you're okay with this? Huh? Even if you do end up with Ethan, what do you think's gonna happen after that? Your relationship is gonna suck. You probably already know where I'm going with this. Before you decide what your next move is gonna be, I need to think long and hard about what will really make you happy. Don't think about what anybody else wants. Think about what you want. This is your last chance. I'm dropping out of the toss. And I won't ever get involved with you again. Huh? That's what you wanted, right? Yeah, of course. That's all I wanted in the first place. Oh, I did it. I won. I knew I was in the right all along and kicks him in the balls. Ugh! Now we're even. After that, the others left Ethan at the wharf to stew on what happened. The girl mentioned she would be head home in the morning, so the group saw her to the station to say their goodbyes. Are you sure this is okay? After everything I've done, I just feel like I need to make it up to you. That won't be necessary. Ethan is the one who brought this on himself. What he did was a breach of contract, and our agency will make absolutely certain he's penalized for it. I suppose I'm at fault as well, for not realizing what was going on, I mean. Hey, I'm sure you did everything you could. At any rate, I think we can sell this privately. I understand, thank you. Well, I should be going. Goodbye. Thank you for saving Ethan. I mean, we didn't exactly do it for free. I'll be heading off as well. I need to go grab Ethan and head back to the hotel. You know, I had no clue what you were doing with that whole coin toss bit. Warn a girl next time, would you? I guess she just wanted a little affirmation before making her decision. Frankly though, I'm just impressed you managed to pull that off, and you look so confident about it too. I bet you rigged the coin toss anyways, right? Heh, well, it's more, it's just like they say, you know, more than one way to skin a cat.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited.
Yeah, chaos choices almost usually involve some sort of shock therapy, huh? In order to make the other party rethink their choices in life. By putting them very close to ruining it. Imagine if Maxima and Paulette's relationship turned out like that. I feel like Van's gonna make a mental note to tell Maxima about this 4SPG to make sure he stays on the straight and narrow. Shade. These are the only two options. Lizzie, a diffident introvert, is struggling to adjust to her new public-facing job. One night she stares into her mirror and whispers for reflection. I wish I could change. I wish I could express myself, my real self. Several days pass, and suddenly Lizzie finds herself inundated with thank yous and incessant praise for her successful sales streak. Lizzie contemplates how this might have happened, and despite the insanity of the idea, begins to wonder if this was the work of another her. Jekyll and Hyde? One day she notices a coworker slacking off and thinks to herself, why bother coming to the office if you're not going to do anything? Other stray thoughts run across her mind, such as, oh, I wish my annoying neighbor Barbara would just die already. The next day, Lizzie learns the slacker got into a traffic accident on the way to work. Distraught, she races over to Barbara's apartment.
No! Don't come any closer! Stop! Please!
Barbara, are you okay? My, how curious. Since when did I have a look-alike? No, it's just like I feared. My wish actually came true. Please, just drop the knife. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Liar. You know, you remind me of how I used to be. A filthy, yellow-bellied coward. But I'm not that person anymore. I changed. I decided to accept myself just as I am. Now I have the courage to make my own choices, like killing poor, miserable Barbara.
Two Lizzies? What's going on? I don't understand!
There's no time to explain. Barbara, get up! We have to run! So, I have my very own doppelganger, and she actually thinks she's the real me. How cute. I'll allow her to live out that fantasy for a while.
Ever since I made that wish, I've felt so free. But if she tries to take that away from me, I'll cast a light on that two-faced lie and make her fade into nothing.
That one was in it was using 3D models instead of the drawn images. Huh. Catra, you okay, bud? I'm alright. I normally don't have any trouble with horror. I was even fine with that other horror movie from last year. But everything involving the mirror hit a little closer to home than I expected. Oh yeah, I can see why. They say mirrors are like windows in the soul. Some people even put a cloth over them so when they're not... Oh, crap, sorry, shutting up now. Wouldn't want you to develop mirror phobia or something. No, this is nothing. I'm a boy after all. I won't let myself be swayed by something that has absolutely no basis in science. Whoa, easy there, Catra. Why did the main character immediately jump to, oh no, I might have a doppelganger? I don't know, it all seems a little contrived to me. Wow, I didn't think I'd be hearing a scathing critique from you. I will say that the twist caught me off guard. I had no idea that the Lizzie who was after Barbara was the real one. The contrast between her introverted self in the first half and the psychopath she turned to in the second worked in the movie's favor. Now that I think about it, that thriller from last year, Sober Curious, was also about how we all have two sides. In the end, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are humans themselves. Hey, looks like they're selling a commemorative brochure. Okay, bye. Level up Catra. Provided all goes well, this year's Messeldam Film Festival should be held as scheduled.
Thank you for your visit today.
Our executive committee is wholly in favor of taking hard measures, such as bolstering security, to ensure that we not balk to terrorist threats. Additionally, a growing number of them seek to introduce a variety of new approaches from here on out. Currently, we're using the success of the Farbad Film Festival as a frame of reference to devise a way of pushing the envelope in our own right. Although the Messeldam Film Festival emphasizes artistry, doesn't necessarily mean it dismisses popcorn entertainment outright. Adopting a brand new direction could be one several possible avenues to further improve the event. To that end, director Goey's behind-the-scenes stories from the Farbad Film Festival were very helpful to hear.
We have merchandise for the movie.
Movies are different from novels. They have their own unique way of touching the hearts of others and portraying the truths of the world. Our city's film festival has made that abundantly clear, paving the way for the general populace to recognize cinema for its artistic merit. I just want to make sure no one forgets what the Messeldam Film Festival's main purpose has been all this time. Society's underbelly is alive and well in this city. To this day, you still have to watch your back once night falls. That said, it feels quite a bit safer compared to when Almata was around. Back then, even we at the Forest were dreading in helplessness and fear. Sorry I'm late, Tony. An old friend called and invited me to dinner out of the blue. That's okay, Mama. Mina was with me, so I wasn't scared or lonely or anything. Did you have fun eating with your friend? I certainly did. You're a very sweet boy for asking, and Mina here is quite a dependable young lady. Never if you are anything at all like that wild child who's been skipping classes lately. But Mama, Jed's not a bad kid. He really isn't. I only accepted my friend's invitation because I knew Mina was here to keep my boy company. But even so, it wasn't very fair of me to do. Maybe I'll buy him something as an apology next time. So I love my mama and she's always nice to me. But how come she won't even try to understand Jed? Maybe this is just another one of those grunt things. Sorry for not coming earlier, Mina. I had to put in a bit of overtime. That's okay, Dad. More importantly, will you be able to make it to my next recital? Of course, I even wrapped up all my work so I could take the day off to see you. And I love my dad. He's always trying his hardest to make me happy. But a lot of kids out there don't have anyone to care about them that way, like Jed. Gets me feeling a little guilty. I managed to bring my work to a good stopping point today, so this is going to be the last night I leave Mina weighing. Plus, now I'm all freed up to watch her recital. That alone makes the effort worthwhile. First, I have for you a document on the outcomes of juvenile delinquents who previously received rehabilitation support. Next are these projections regarding counseling for patients with drug dependencies. Thank you for putting this all together. I should now be able to visit and consult with the individuals in question without reservation. About that far, do you not think that you may be overstaying yourself for these people? Going directly to the back streets to speak with them could very well place you in danger. If they genuinely sought our aid, then surely they would come to us instead. I know what you mean to say, Fire Krenz, but there are some things that cannot be grasped without direct intervention. To start, we must never disavow them entirely, but instead strive to understand them. Only then will matters come to light. Perhaps, so how far do you intend to take this? If a line isn't drawn somewhere, there will be no end to it. I shall do what I can. That is simply my way of being. No matter who it is we're dealing with, averting our eyes and forsaking them is not the answer. So long as I am entrusted with this city's place of worship, I intend to treat every citizen equally. I will seek to understand their individual plights even if at times it requires me to take the bad along with the good. This too is how one must be in order to guide others under the Church's teachings. For our Rhodians, ideas are true to Septian teachings as they pertain to salvation for the multitudes. But realistically speaking, there comes a point where we need to set our boundaries. I believe that to be just as valid a choice towards serving our purpose as a church for a city.
With us.
That boy seems to have both Mina and Tony concerned. It's definitely worrisome. Maybe I should broach the subject one more time. No, Fire Krenz wouldn't hear of it. But I still want to be of help somehow. Oh, Adios, lend me your guidance. Looks like the church has something going on. I'll just file in the back of my mind for now. Connected to a 4SPG, probably?
The ocean seems kind of eerie at night, don't you think?
Probably was much worse when Almata was still kicking.
I plan on taking a cargo ship across the Northern Sea to Northumbria tomorrow evening. Though the nation has endured much tragedy, it was still one of the heartlands of Northern culture. My gut says I'll be able to unearth some lucky finds that may have been forgotten in the chaos. Assuming they haven't been turned to salt. There's something to be said about feeling the local winds when you're out traveling. The night air we're currently experiencing is a mix of the ocean breeze and the mistral coming down from the northern nations. Basking in them as I ponder my next destination is a deeply moving experience, I find. We had Mr. Phil Cobb in the shop not too long ago. Apparently he and my grandfather had met before. At his request, I took a closer look at some of my grandfather's old works and curio collections. He gave me a whole new appreciation for his skills in the aesthetic sense. Now I know just how much I have left to learn. I've gotten a fair amount of acclaim for the details shaping in my pieces, but it isn't quite the same as the exquisite and majestic profundity my grandfather's works are praised for. In that respect, I haven't managed to fully inherit his skills. Nothing to be done besides keep at it, I suppose. Oh, hello there, everyone. Did we all decide to take a bath at the same time? We'll see how we're feeling first. You're here to relax after a hard day of work, I'm guessing. Getting some proper rest is a must after how grueling today's shoot was. Maybe you and me can head in together if the timing works out. Heh, by all means. Speaking of which, I was thinking of giving Northern style bathing a try since they have genuine loilies here. But embarrassingly enough, I don't actually know very much about it. Hey, admitting that is the right attitude to have as a beginner. First off, you can't forget to whisk yourself with the Vita. That's what they call a bundle of leafy branches tied together to make a... There he goes. Van never changes, does he? Well, Nina seems to be getting a kick out of it, so I guess we can give him this one. Thank you for the lesson, Van. I'll be sure to try that new bathing method when I go in. By the way, Judith, apparently the woman at the counter is an old friend of your grandmother's. She's been giving me a lot of special treatment, thanks to that. Maybe I didn't need this disguise after all. You don't seem interested in making a pass at that young actress there, so I'll let you stay. You wouldn't believe the kind of riffraff we get whenever a celebrity comes in for a bath. I got plenty of practice shooing them out the door, though, every time Dominique stopped by in her heyday. Messeldam may look out of sorts now, but the arts have flourished here for as long as I can remember. Back in the day, Dominique Lancer would even put on a concert in our city's theater every so often. And each time she would stop by to relax in our bathhouse. We've been friends ever since. You know what would really warm you up on this chilly evening? A few bowls of our seafood soup. Fish and shellfish have a lot of nutrition in them, so it'll do wonders for your health too. That takes care of my daily report. Now to wait for the local law enforcement to get in touch. What is it, Spriggan? Here to exchange intel? Sorry to get your hopes up, but nah. I was just thinking about how rare it is to see you taking your work so seriously. Hey, I know a backhanded compliment when I hear one. This job was given to me personally by Inspector Daswani. I've got no choice but to buckle down. Besides, this is still a part of the Almata case, even if we're just sorting out the odds and ends. What do you know, he's finally starting to look and sound like an actual detective. Wipe that smarmy look off your face. And be sure to let us know if you learn anything new, got it? This is an important case they're trusting me with, so I plan on seeing it through as best I can. It's got me busier than ever, though, with all the people clamoring for my help these days. If this keeps up, I won't be able to take my girl out on another date for who knows how long. We did some research about Messeldam's waters before making this trip, but the actual fishing part was rough going. It took practically the entire day to land the catch we were aiming for. I figured we can learn a lot more by seeing what kind of equipment they sell locally. So I'm gonna buy something here and try out a new fishing method tomorrow. Messeldam's nights were a fearful time until only recently. You'd often see mafia thugs running to and fro through the window. But these days there's a lot less trouble, save for over in the back streets. Now we'll even get some tourists in our shop after dark. It really puts a smile on my face to have more people enjoying the city I call home. What the? Of all ways to petition for help, posting a note on the back of a bulletin board is less conventional than most. Well, nothing to be done now but cross my fingers and wait. Huh, you think he's talking about a 4SPG? Could be that request was put up after the sun went down. Let's go have a look. Whoo-wee, liquor in one hand and a pretty girl in the yard. A perfect recipe for a good time. For us sailors, dry land's like an oasis in the desert. That's why we've got to go overboard. Can't well do that while you're out at sea. Alright, time to buck up for tomorrow. Gonna work hard in the day so I can play hard at night. Ah, everything's going dark. It's the end of the world. Sniff sniff, what's the smell? Don't ask me. Somebody else must have farted. God, forget it. It's chow time. Bring me your finest garbage, stat. Heck, Bleck. Hey, when the sun goes down, the real fun begins. Beneath the skin of every human being is a beast waiting to cut loose. Rationality and moderation ain't worth a tinker's damn. So come on, don't be shy. Just follow me and I'll hook you up with one of the best dives in town. Ooh, so that's what you're into, is it? See, you've got my attention. What do you say we chat each other up a little longer? I promise your pocket won't regret it. Hey, I closed some pretty good deals today. About 5,000 mirrors worth, altogether. These lemon-flavored uppers have been making me a killing lately.
It's certainly lively in here.
Places like these really get going at nighttime. Probably best that we grab what info we can and go.
The owner seems as unperturbed as ever. No matter, my duties as a hired hand are to be performed without complaint. That much will never change. I can't help but wonder how the owner managed to slip out of the police's crosshairs. It isn't something to be proud of, but one has to admire the extent to which he's taking things. Please make yourselves comfortable. There's no better night for it after all. Incidentally, I don't suppose you've been facing any troubles in your line of work. Oh, I don't mean to pry. Offering business advice to others simply happens to be a pursuit of mine. I find the many different ways people make Mura to be quite fascinating, you see. Do let me know if you ever need a willing ear. Aha, no, this is a piping hot combination. You really know your stuff, Dominique. As if there was ever any doubt. You're no slouch yourself, though, Director. It takes a keen mind to visualize an idea right after hearing it. Well, look who came to pay us a visit. You two sound like you're talking up a storm here. Having a little chat about the show business? That we are, Van. You see, I've been racking my brain for ways to push the alluring combo of eros and savagery to even greater extremes. When I brought it up to Dominique, she pointed out a blind spot that had slipped me by entirely. That's saying a lot coming from you. Let me guess, did Grammy advise you to mix in some audio magic? You're spot on. Director Gotti here is second to none when it comes to exhilarating staging. But as for sound design in particular, making the most of the movie's score, he's no match for me. I'll say, it never occurred to me to accompany a scene that thrilling with a sorrowful bolero. And without any sound effects at that, I have to admit, I wasn't all that convinced at first. But once I closed my eyes and played the scene out in my mind, I saw it, the elevated sensation and immersion, the pathos bubbling over. Hey, what else did you expect from a legendary chansonnier? True enough, in all the events and plays Grammy made hits out of, the music always played a major role. Subverting musical expectations is something a lot of productions have used to transform themselves. Audio usage aside, however, it's up to you to blend all of the elements together into a cohesive movie, Director. At the very least, whatever you put together had better live up to the number I picked out. Say no more, Dominique. Your song of choice will be woven into Salvatore Gotti's greatest, most cathartic show of eros yet.
Well...
Gaha, the world is right to call Dominique a legend. She went me good there. Not to mention her definition of entertainment slots in seamlessly with mine. Tonight we're going to while the hours away by sharing as many industry secrets as my heart can handle. Director guy here is more engaging fellow than the most. There are very few men who can talk on my level when it comes to entertainment. It's been a long while since I had somebody worth drinking the night away with. This just might be the one.
Yeah, shake it, baby.
I got a letter around at the beginning of January from someone who helped me out in the past. It really took me back. Her name is Mistress. Sounds like she's still doing well for herself despite everything going down at the capital. Hard to believe that 8 whole years have passed since she left this place. Mistress, the Blacklight District's charming lady of the night. Supposedly the owner here had some kind of dirt on her. She must have been a big deal around here if this girl still looks up to her after all this time. Mistress was a top earner at this club until 8 years ago. A lot of us girls adored her like a queen. If it wasn't for her, I never would have gone from life at rock bottom to finding a steady job at this club. But not even she was able to stand up against the owner. He made sure of that. Or Miss Kokona, are you sure this is really the place to be gathering material? The way I recall it, Akira and the rest of the main characters are all underage. Oh, they are, but I wanted to find a nice spot to relax. For me. Anyhow, this club is the real deal, huh? Just look at how raunchy that girl on the stage is getting. Please stop leering at the dancers, Miss Kokona. You're embarrassing me. Huh, so Cronin isn't good at places like these. Not that I care one way or another. Yeah, I don't think I can relax here. It just isn't the same as how I pictured. Not to say it doesn't pique my interest, but what I need is someplace cozy and comfortable. The hedonism, the degeneracy. No, I need to stay strong. For Miss Kokona's artistry, I'll wait through hell and high water. Aha, I'm on top of the world tonight. Woo, no other club out there gets me worked up the way this one does. My wife would divorce me in a snap if she caught wind of this. Good thing I don't plan on getting caught.
What do we have here?
The artist. Somebody had a bright idea to vandalize one of my ships recently. I know I should probably report this to the police, but going gasket over something so trivial will get you nowhere in the city. That's why I'd like to let the perpetrator off with a warning, as well as a chance to straighten out their life. Will you mind helping me find them? If you're interested, I'll be waiting at the far west end of the wharf. Wilmer. You must be the guy we're looking for. Arcade Solutions, we're here about the request you posted. Well, if it isn't the Spriggan, thanks for coming. Alright, let's step to it. Why don't you start by giving us some more info about your request? Your note said you wanted us to catch somebody who's been spray painting your boats. That's right, it's turning into a real problem. You see, I run a number of different businesses, and we use my ships for foreign trade. But just take a look at this one. That sure is something, kind of impressive, honestly. They did it so quickly too. One of my employees stepped away for just a moment, and then there it was. Artistically speaking, it's very well done. Yeah, but I get why you wouldn't want a skull mark on a foreign trade vessel. Sounds like somebody was trying to grief you. I don't mean for this to sound accusatory, but is it possible you've wronged someone recently? No, I don't believe I have. Not that everything's smooth sailing all the time, but things have been pretty stable in Messeldam for a while now. However, I have heard of a few rumors recently. Apparently, this exact style of graffiti has become quite the common sight in the area, even in public spaces. I suspect that whoever's responsible for those is also the one who did this to my ship. Oh, now you mention it, I guess we did see some graffiti around town earlier. Still, if it's really that big of an issue, why haven't you taken this to the police yet? Right, seems a bit odd to reach out to Spriggan for help. Given the nature of the image, the culprit could easily be held on charges of both property damage and slander. I suppose that's the fair question. But if something like this were enough to rile me up, I'd never be able to do business in Messeldam. The thing is, even with Almata out of town, crime is still pretty high around here. Getting the law involved is a good way to build grudges. By going to a Spriggan, I'm trying to prevent any future retaliation. Is it really that dangerous around here? I guess you can never be too careful about your livelihood. Agree, if I hadn't heard about Arcade Solutions, I'd be in a world of trouble right now. Anyway, given the situation, if you find the suspect, I'd like to let them off with a simple reprimand. That is if they agree to help clean their art off my ship. What do you say? Do you think you can help me? Well, it does sound like our kind of job. Still, I'm not too sure about this one, but should we just go ahead and accept anyway? Alright, it's a deal. We'll take your case. Thank you so much. I'm in your debt. Oh, just so you know, the rumors didn't specify anything about what the artist looks like. That being said, I believe I've heard they work almost exclusively at night. Using the dark to stay hidden, huh? Makes sense. Sounds like now's as good a time as any to start investigating then. Yeah, let's head to the back streets first. Somebody slinking around at night, we'll probably find them there. I suppose it is where we're most likely to find our next lead. Well, look at the time. I have some work I need to attend to, so I'll leave you all to it for now. Will you mind giving me a call if you find anything? Feel free to ring me whenever. Will do.
Okay, time to get to work.
Well, I not mean to activate that event yet. Zecht Arms, you never know it from the outside, but supposedly the place is heavily guarded. Security's part of their business, so we'll have to stay on our toes. You're good, go, Jiff? Yep, just say a word. Okay, but I have quests. Continue preparing.
Little fun?
Sure looks a lot like the art we saw on that ship. Let's ask these guys about it. Hey, you got a minute? We have a few questions about that piece over there. Oh, haven't seen you around here before. Sure, you guys look like it too, huh? I've been thinking about it ever since we spotted it earlier. It's incredible. Was this done with spray paint? I doubt a public wall is the best place to be dueling, though. What did you just say? Look, it's not just dueling, alright? It's like graffiti. Sorry. It's alright, Katra. Graffiti's still kind of on the rise thing. I'd heard all about it before, but this is my first time seeing a piece so up close and personal. Yeah, it's pretty avant-garde. You guys really seem to know your stuff. Can't you just feel the heat pouring off this thing? The subtle messaging? When the world's trying to rein you in, you gotta break yourself out. Oh, I thought this was about causing havoc and wrecking shit. What? Man, this is exactly why I don't associate with uncultured losers like you. What did you just say to me? You're cruising for a bruising, pal. Hey, hold on, guys. To each their own, alright? So I'm guessing you two didn't make this. Tish, no, the real artist actually painted right over a piece of our own. I'm sorry to hear that. And it's whatever, just something that happens around here. Only so many places in town that let us do art on their walls anyway. It's kind of like a turf battle, but for artists. Of course, if somebody paints over our stuff with something lame, we probably just beat their ass. Sorry, but when it's this good, well, we just gotta deal with it. Heh, you know, I kinda like their attitude. We have lots of little unspoken rules like that. It's just how we roll around here. But this newbie doesn't seem to have figured that out yet. Newbie? Like I was saying before, there's places where graffiti is allowed and places where it ain't. Like the boat. See, a long time ago, there was this group of punks that liked to paint wherever they wanted, but then they got sued by the tourism department. That's why we have a rule to only graffiti in places where it's not going to cause problems. This newbie doesn't seem to care though. They're spray painting people's homes and everything, even the ones on the main street. This sounds like it could be our culprit. Yeah, the description is practically a perfect match with the rumors. Oh, what are you talking about? Sorry, don't mind them. We're looking for someone that's been dueling. I mean, doing some graffiti around town. Any idea where we can find this newbie you were talking about? No, never met him ourselves. Not sure if they're just super stealthy or what. What we do know is that they're apparently pretty young. Now that you mention it, I did see some new graffiti over the park when I last came through. Look pretty fresh. Maybe you guys might want to try over there. That's a pretty good lead. Thanks, guys. The park's just up the stairs from here, right? Let's go check it out. Hurts to admit, but this newbie everyone's talking about is the best Messeldam's ever seen in a while. Doesn't seem like they know the unspoken rules of the streets, though. Hopefully we get a chance to give them the heads up before they get cuffed. I saw some new graffiti over at the park. It looked pretty fresh, so whoever did it might still be around. He was right, the paint's not even dry yet. They must have just been here. This one's just as impressive as the last. Yeah, you can really tell they have a gift for art. I guess some people are just drawn to this kind of thing. It kind of feels like there's this longing to be free. Honestly, if you show this to an appraiser, I bet they'd tell you it was worth a lot of money. You can put a price on a wall. I never even considered. Wait, if that's true, don't you think the art could increase the value of Wilmer's boat then? I mean, assuming the culprit really is the newbie they were talking about. Yeah, it's possible. You know, from how our client was talking, it sounded like he'd been in Messeldam for a long time. Given his reputation for culture, with all the commerce, sightseeing, movies, and ballet, it seems kind of odd that he wouldn't know about the graffiti scene or how valuable it could be. Maybe he's just not into art. I mean, it's probably just looks like scribbles to some people. Besides, I'm sure having a skull painted on the side of your trade vessel isn't very good for business. Yeah, I guess you've got a point there. Oh, it looks like somebody's coming this way. Let's hide. If we're lucky, this might just be our little artist friend. Hide? Where exactly? Oh, let's try those stairs over there. Love and violence. What's a young girl doing out here this hour and all by herself? Seems like she's interested in that piece of graffiti. Phew, those punks really freaked me out earlier. I think I'm in the clear for now, though. Just gotta add a bit more shading here and... Perfect. What am I even doing? Wasting all my time on this. Must be stupid or something. Oh, well, at least it helps me get all that pent-up energy out of my system. Looks like she's getting ready to leave. Seems like she's pretty good at avoiding people. My guess is she'll take off if we try to approach her now. Let's wait for her to get wherever she's going. We'll try to talk to her when she's less guarded. Oh no. Follow the graffiti artist. If you get too close to the target, they will notice you. Where do I hide first? Conversely, if the target strays too far, the trail will be lost. Maintain a safe distance while keeping target in sight. Somehow she doesn't see me sitting right here. Man, mechanics are pretty weird. Promise there are so few places to hide here. I have to stay out of that ring of search ring, huh? The moment I even touch that ring, it just everything goes wrong. Ugh. Come on, sit! Gah. I see the next hiding spot, but man. Huh? Huh? Oh shit. Is this gonna work? It's lowering all the way, but man, that was close. How did she not see me there? Earn 1 SP. Ugh, phew. The mechanics are just so weird sometimes. Hey there, a cold one out tonight, isn't it? Huh? Who the heck are you guys? Arcade Solutions, we're what you might call fixers. There's a job we're on right now, and we're kind of on the lookout for somebody. Listen, all we ask is that you hear us out. If you don't like what we have to say, we'll just tell our client. We couldn't find them. But we're gonna need you to be honest with us. Let's start with the most pressing question. You're the one that did the graffiti in the park, right? You wouldn't be asking if you hadn't seen me. Yeah, I did it. What's it to you? Alright, let's move on to question number 2 then. Did you graffiti a skull onto one of the ships in the harbor recently? Yeah, I think I did that one earlier this evening. The ship was so big, it's like it was made to be a canvas. You seem pretty proud of it. Sounds like we've got our culprit alright. The guy who owns that boat is looking for the person who's taking to decorating it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to come with us. Whatever. He just wants me to clean up, right? Pretty funny that he'd send pictures after me for something so small. Don't you think you should be a little bit more remorseful, young lady? You're lucky he wants to resolve things peacefully. He could have called the police, you know? When you make a mess for somebody else, you gotta apologize for it. Yeah. I thought I'd try and make a break for it, but it sounds like that just makes things worse. Tish, what a pain. But wait, what's your name? We'd like to let your parents know what's going on. The name's Kisara, and I ain't got any parents. Oh, I didn't mean to. And since you'll probably ask, I ain't got a home neither. I'm a stowaway from Northumbria, only landed in Messeldam a few weeks ago. What? A stowaway? Makes sense. Northumbria was in a pretty sorry state after the whole salt pail incident. But ever since they declared independence from the Empire, support for their rebuilding efforts has been on the rise. That's what I've heard too. It seems like an odd time to stow away though. Oh sure, everybody else was in good spirits. Must have been nice to get a fresh start. But I couldn't stand it. Everything felt so suffocating. My dad died when I was young, and for a long time it was just me and my mom. But then 5 years ago, she had a rare disease and it was getting worse. There wasn't much the doctors could do, so they just put her on bed rest. But that's when the Northern War happened, and an empire invaded Northumbria. Yeah, if I remember correctly, they even declared it a province of the empire. That's right, and for better or worse, they started reconstruction on Northumbria under their rule. After the war, a lot happened. We declared independence and life got easier for lots of people. And everyone who needed a doctor could finally get one. But as reconstruction went on, Mom kept getting worse and worse. The doctor said it was because she didn't get the treatment she needed from the start. And then at the end of the last year, I'm so sorry, we didn't mean to make you go through all that again. I don't need your pity. My mom always talked about wanting to live overseas someday, and then Calvary was the place she wanted to visit the most. She used to go on and on about all the legends you guys have here, like the Grimcat and stuff, so it sounded like an interesting place. Oh, did she? So I figured now that I was on my own, what better way to go, a place to go. But all these people here got it so good, kinda ticks me off. Anyway, once I learned about graffiti, I just started doing it to pass the time. Nothing more to it than that, really. And now here you are. Is it your story or mine? Whatever, it's fine. Let's just go talk to that ship guy so we can get this over with. Sounds to me like there's a little more going on here than just some graffiti. Let's deal with the request before we cross that bridge. Sounds good to me. I'll get in touch with our client. Van put in the call to Wilmer and gave him a quick explanation of everything that happened. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting a little girl to be the culprit. I don't care if it's graffiti or whatever you call it, but you can't just go around drawing on other people's property. Ugh. Hey, aren't you gonna apologize? Sorry I painted on your boat. Apology accepted. Now, as long as you agree to help us paint over the drawing, we'll consider it a matter settled. Phew, I'm glad that was the end of it. As for the rest of you, you have my sincere thanks. I'll have to walk her through the painting process, so I'm afraid it's goodbye for now. Again, thanks for all your help. Van patted Kisara on the shoulder. This guy's sus, huh? It's not gonna be easy, but make sure you do a good job, alright? Hey, don't go getting all touchy, you creep. Don't, did you put his post-it on her? Well, and with that, let me show you to our warehouse. Or tracker? A tracker? Oh shit. Hey, where are we going? I thought we were headed to the boat. You didn't really believe that, did you? I assume that means you don't understand the gravity of your actions then. Allow me to explain. You see, the material used to coat the outer shell of my ship is of incredibly high quality. Your worthless graffiti has damaged it, irreparably. And now you'll pay with your organs! I'll have to pay roughly 10 million mira to see it repaired. Did you really think something like that could simply be painted over? How would I know? You stupid! Shut up! Learn how to speak to your bearers, you damn punk! My apologies. Yeah, tracking device, hopefully. Now how do I get you paid for this mess? Oh, I know, you can work for my company. Huh? Yes, that's an excellent idea. You can be our exclusive in-house artist. You know, I actually have a few contacts in the art world as well. I'm sure they'd be more than willing to pay for your work. Oh yes, one amicable solution. So what do you say? Well, I need an answer. Alright, I'll do it. And we have a deal. Pleasure doing business. Tish, of course things turn out like this. I always get the shortest end of the stick. These people, that goddess that just tossed me aside, I hate them all. This is just like what happened with Sai from Dustborn. Now, let me take you to the room I prepared for you. Don't worry, you'll be guaranteed food, clothes, and shelter. You'll never need to take a step out of my sight for the rest of your life. Sorry, but I don't think I'll be letting this one slide, Wilmer. Difference is, Sai did not have art-grade solutions to help her. The Spriggan, as much as I appreciate your help from earlier, I'm afraid I must ask that you leave. Trespassing is not an act I take lightly. I think we'll be staying right here, actually, especially after what we heard through the bug I placed on Kisara. You placed a bug on me? Is that why you patted me on the back? Do you know? And I assume you have a reason for going to such lengths. Sure do. See, when we first approached you about your request, you were talking like you'd been in Messeldam for a while. And if that's true, there's no way you wouldn't have already noticed. Kisara's art is crazy good. So good, in fact, that if someone were to sell it, they'd no doubt make a good deal of Mira. Huh? Plus, you were pretty quick to declare that the recent outbreak of graffiti and the art on your boat were done by the same person. That's because you have a keen eye for artists. While I appreciate the compliment, I think you might be overstating things. Did I not say the graffiti's all scribbles to me? We heard what you said about having your contacts in the art world by Kisara's work. I'm afraid there's no coming back from such a contradiction. Just admit it, Wilmer. This entire time your goal has been to find some unknown uber-talented graffiti artist and use her as your personal cash cow, wasn't it? And that's not even to mention the lie about the damages being 10 million mira. That's just what Kisara's art would sell for. I'm only connecting the dots because Van said something to me earlier, but Wilmer's come up as a suggested target in my Phantom Thief files in the past, which means now's my chance. Oh, I can't believe it took me so long to know, So what? We've already agreed to sell things with her approval too. The way I see it, you have no right to complain. She only agreed because you threatened her. If you're thinking of reporting me to the police, I would reconsider. After all, doing so would likely place the blame squarely on your own shoulders. I mean, think about it. You illegally barged into my warehouse, assaulted me, and even attempted to steal all my valuables. You think they'll believe something like that? Well, you said it yourself. I've been in business in Messeldam for quite some time. I've got a certain amount of sway around here, enough to cover up any mistakes even. Now, it's high time you meddlers saw your way out, I think. Don't you agree? What are you going to do, Van? We can't just let him go. We'll lose out if we keep pushing. None of our normal methods are going to work here. That's it. I'm not exactly keen on letting scheming old man get our way. Guess the only thing we can do now is leave it in her hands. Her. What was that? A card. It can't be. If evil hides in darkness, then my justice will be a shining light. Grimcat at your service. I've come to take a special treasure from a certain villain. Grimcat, isn't she just some silly legend? And what do you mean a special treasure? Are you talking about this girl? You're delusional if you think I'll lose to you. What? Recovery successful. When you... Could it really be? Hold on, what exactly is happening here? Wasn't he going to notice Judith is missing? Don't worry, you can leave the rest to me. Not too shabby. So that's what he was talking about. Listen up, from this moment on, the child is mine. You try to take my things and you'd better be prepared for retribution. I'll steal your entire fortune and spread it across all of Messeldam. Don't think you can intimidate me with your bluffing. Want to try me? For starters, how about I take all the mira you've piled up from not paying your taxes? Then I think I'll take your secret account book and parade it around town. It's hidden behind a door that can only be opened by a single key, right? One that's on you at all times. How could you possibly know that? Are you truly a phantom thief? Seems you still don't understand the position you're in. I take it that means your status and ill-gotten gains mean less to you than I thought. No, please, wait. You win. I just have to pull back from the girl, right? How half-hearted can you get? Say it with your chest or not at all. Damn it, alright. I swear I'll leave her alone. I'll never interact with the kid ever again. Are you happy now, thief? You act too big for your britches, but fine. I suppose I'll accept it. Pray we never run into each other again, criminal, and plus I bid you adieu. Grimcat then picked up Kisara, jumped out of the warehouse, and disappeared into the dark of the night. Damn it all. How did that Grimcat end up finding her way here? Everything was going so well. Well, that's the end of that. We can just leave this guy here. Let's get going. Yeah, right behind you. Whew, I thought my heart was gonna explode back there. I never thought I'd actually get to meet Grimcat, though, and she even saved me. Yeah, it's a miracle she managed to show up, right, Judith? Come on, no need to act all sulky about things. I wouldn't be acting so sulky if someone didn't wait until the last second to give me a signal. You guys didn't happen to see where she ran off to after she brought me outside, did you? She told me to wait for you all to show up. Are you friends of hers or something? Huh? Oh no, not us. That'd be crazy. Let's just say we've bumped into her a few times. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway, I wanted to thank you all for coming to rescue me, I mean. Still, can't believe that old guy was such a creep, though. And I screamed like such a little girl, too. Ugh. Hey, there's nothing to worry about. I mean, I was pretty freaked out myself. Let's just be glad that everything worked out in the end. Oh, I almost forgot. Grimcat gave me a message to pass along. Oh, what did she say? She said I may have told him that you were mine, but the truth is, you're free now. Oh, that's a little sad to hear. You think so? Why's that? Don't worry, it's alright. She's done more than enough for me already. I'm not sure how to put it, but I guess the world isn't such a bad place after all. I wish I knew how to thank her for saving me. Maybe I'll try giving some more thought to my future. I've kind of been doing whatever I felt like since coming to Messeldam, but it might just be time for a change. Sounds like a good plan to me anyway. And if there's anything we can do while we're in the area, just give us a holler. We give some pretty good discounts to our success stories, you know? Can't let the act down for a minute, can you, Van? Thanks, I appreciate it. And without the curtain closed on the case of the creative culprit. With the reward they got from Walmer in hand, Van and the others went back to preparing for their big heist.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited.
Law and Chaos. Thanks for tuning into this Let's Play of Trails through Daybreak 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.